So hello everyone and welcome back once again to the today's session of design of roof truss with bolted connection. So in the last session we have started with design of main tie. Okay, we have started with design of main tie. So in the design of main tie we got the maximum force was compression. So we started the member to design as a compression member and we selected the area. Later we checked the member whether it is safe to carry the design compressive force. Okay, so this is regarding the last session. So after selection we checked the member for compression force or check for compression member, and this is the procedure what we did. So we calculated the lambda KL by R minimum. Okay, and K is 0.85. We have assumed 0.85. So as I told you, you can assume 1 to 0, that is 0.7 to 1. We can assume the value of K. This is the value of K. We can assume 0.7 to 1 as per IS 800. Clause number 7.4.2, page number 35. Okay, and we have assumed 0.85 and we got lambda. Okay, and by using that lambda we have to find out the FCD. Okay, so we got the FCD is 171.45. Okay, with respect to again KL by R minimum, and the length of the principal rafter is 1.55 and the radius of gyration R, that is R minimum, we will get it from steel table, that is minimum of RXX and RYY. Okay, so here we got the lambda 57.7 and by referring the table, so that is the table 9C, table number 9C. Okay, you have to find out, that is page number 42. If you go to table 9C, page number 42 of IS 800 2007. Okay, from that we will get the value of FCD, that is the design compressive stress, and we got it is 171.45. And to get the desired compressive force, that is AE into FCD, and AE already we have got. Okay, 2276 into FCD, and we got the force, that is the force will, the allowable force in the member is 390.22 kilonewton, and which is more than the force occurred in the member, that is 327.9, means the allowable force is more than the force acting over the member, so therefore it is okay or safe to carry the compression. Now the same member we have to check whether it is safe to carry the design tensile force. Okay, so we will begin with that. Okay, so first of all you have to go for design of connection. Okay, so before proceeding to design of tension member you have to go for design of connection. Okay, so design of connection. Okay, that is again using M24 bolts of PC property class 4.6 PC, that is for property class PC 4.6. Okay, 4.6 grade. So in the design of principal rafter we have already calculated the design strength of M24 bolts of property class 4.6. correct. In the principal rafter we have already calculated the design strength of bolt, that is for M24 and 4.6 grade. Okay, so we have got already the bolt value. If you go back and check, we got the bolt value as 97.92 kilonewton, that is nothing but design strength of bolt. Bolt value is what? The design strength of bolt. Okay, so here, so therefore the number of bolts will be 327.9 divided by 97.92. So we got it is 3.34. Okay, so therefore the numbers will consider 4 numbers. So we have to provide 4 numbers of 24 mm diabolts of property class 4.6. Understood? So this is the connection details. Okay, what you can see here. So we have the angle here, okay, back to back. So here what you can see, 2 ISA 75 by 75 by 8, 2 angles back to back, 2 angles back to back to the gusset plate. What you can see, this is a gusset plate, angle is connected to the gusset plate. So this is a 10 mm gusset plate. So as I told you, you have to provide 2 angles back to back with what, 10 mm gusset plate in between. Understood? So then we have the connection details here. We have the connection details. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bolts of 24 mm dia. 4 bolts of 24 mm dia. So this is the connection details, okay, for the main tie. Okay. Now with respect to this connection details, we have to check this member. Okay. To check this member to carry the tensile force of 223.5 kilonewton. Okay. So here what you have to write now, we need to check if these 2 ISA 75 by 75 by 8 can carry a tensile force of 223.5 kilonewton. Can carry a tensile force of 223.5 kilonewton. Okay. So first of all, in the design of tension member, first is, that is, design strength. Design strength due to yielding. Due to yielding means when the member is subjected to a 235 force of 223.5 kilonewton, okay, it will start yielding. So before yielding or before failure, how much strength it can take or how much force it can carry, that we have to find out. So that's what is called as design strain due to yielding. It is called as design strain due to yielding, okay, which is given by TDG is equal to, again by referring IS code, AG into Fy upon gamma m naught. Okay, so AG is 2276, the area of section is 2276 into 250 divided by gamma m naught is 1.1. Okay, so we get the strength of member due to yielding. It is 517.27 kilonewton, which is more than 223.5 kilonewton. So therefore okay. So here the member is safe to carry a force of 223.5 kilonewton, that is before failure due to yielding. Understood? So it is first in, it is safe to carry force in yielding. Next you have to go for strain due to rupture. Next is, as we discussed in the previous session, same procedure we have to follow. Design strength due to rupture or nothing but fracture. So for that, again it is given as TDN is equal to, so you have to note down the formula here. Okay, so you have to note down this formula. TDN is equal to 0.9 ANC Fu by gamma ml plus beta AGO Fy by gamma m naught. Okay, you have to note down this formula first. So here you have to find out the value of beta. So it is 1.4 minus 0.076 W by T Fy by Fu into Bs by Lc. So here we have to find out first of all what is W. So W is the outstanding leg. So it is 75. Okay, because the angle is like this. This is connected, so this is nothing but W. Okay, W, so that is 75, so 75 mm. Okay, then we have Bs, so it is given as W plus Wi minus T. So W plus Wi, this is nothing but Wi, it is there in the code also, W plus Wi. Okay, and this the value of this we'll get it from steel table again. Okay, so here, so this the CXX and EXX, so I'll just note down that. So this is nothing but here. So this value is CXX, so we will get it from steel table. So the CXX is nothing but it is 23.4, sorry, for 75 by 75 by 8 it is 21 0.4. So as I told you, we'll get it these two, that is the distance of center of gravity CXX. Okay, and what you can see here about y axis, that is okay. So this is CXX, what you can see CXX is this value. This value here you have to go, so we have to refer for 75 by 75 by 8, so we get that is 21.4. so what you can see here, yes, this is 21.4, what you can see, this is 21.4. so you have to note down from steel table. Okay, understood? So here you have note down CXX and so this value we can get it from steel table, or what you can do, this is 75. Okay, so this is totally 75 from here to here. So once you know this, so 75 minus CXX, we get this value. Okay, correct? So for that you have to find out W plus Wi minus T. Okay, so W plus Wi, so this is 21.4 minus T, so 75 plus 21.4 minus 8. Okay, we get this. We get this because we have assumed 8 mm 75 by 75 by 8. Okay, so that's why. So here we get it is 88.4. Okay, 88.4 mm. Then here Fy is 250, Fu is 410. Bs we got. Now LC is nothing but length of connection. So length of connection here. So what you can see here. So here from here to here it is LC, that is length of connection. Okay, so that is 3 times 60. Okay, 3 times 60. So we get this as 3 times 60. So that is 180 mm. So we got LC also. Then next is we have to find out what is ANC and AGO. So as I told you, ANC is nothing but the area of connected leg, net area of connected leg. So ANC. Okay, so ANC is here. I'll write and explain. So ANC is 75 minus 26 minus 8 by 2 into 8. So we get this as 360 mm square, and AGO is 75 minus 8 by 2 into 8. So that is 568 mm square. Understood? So I'll just show you that how you get ANC and AGO. So here the ANC, that is the area of connected leg, AGO outstanding leg, correct? So ANC is 75 minus the bolt hole 26, because we are using 24 mm dia bolt, so the bolt hole will be 26. 75 minus 26 minus half of the thickness of leg. Okay, that is for ANC. AGO, that is the outstanding leg. 75 minus 8 by 2 into 8. Okay, what we did here, correct, and we got same 360, 568. Understood? So therefore we get TDN after substituting all the values. We get TDN as 259.89, that is for single angle. So we have to multiply into 2 for double angle. So this is for double angle. As per the formula we will get this value, and we have to multiply into 2 for double angle. So we get this as 519.78 kilonewton, which is more than 223.5 kilonewton. So therefore again okay, or safe to carry the design force in rupture. Now we will move on to design strength due to block shear. Design strength due to block shear. Okay, so for that again you have to find out first of all AVG, AVN, ATG, ATN. Correct? As I told you, suppose if this is the angle, and when you provide with 4 bolts, and if that angle is carrying a force here, that is we call it as the tensile force. So what will happen? So because of the bolt hole, the possibility or the maximum stress developed, it will be near the bolt hole, because we are making that section weak by providing hole into that. Okay, so here there will be high stress developed, so the section may reach or it may fail due to fracture or crack, like this. The what you can see, it's the segments of cracks, or it will fail towards this also. The failure will not be towards like this, because this is the of stronger part or the junction. This is the toe of the angle. So what you can see here, so if the angle is like this, so this is the stronger part. Okay, so here the toe, so you can, the angle will be easily teared out, it will be easily teared out. Okay, so the failure will be travel towards this, and it will move like this, again like this, like this, like this, and ultimately what will happen, ultimately these two parts, this part and this part, the part 1 and part 2 will get separated. So it will become like this. This I have told you in the last session also. This part, it will be like this. This part, and the another part will be like this. So this part will get teared out here. Okay, so this will get separated, this will get separated, what you can see, because of the fracture this will get separated here. So this is part 2 and part 1. So this is nothing but a block. The failure is not a single failure, so it is a segment of, because of the segment of cracks, it will fail as a block, and the two parts will get separated here like this. So that's what is called as block. So for that AVG and AVN you have to consider along this path, and ATG, ATN along this path. Okay, so we have two paths here, that is one vertical and horizontal. So for horizontal you have to consider AVG, AVN, and vertical you have to consider ATG and ATN. Okay, so here the AVG will be 45 plus 3 times 60 into 8 gross area. So that is 1, 2, 3. 60, 60, 60 plus this is 45. So into 8. And AVN will be, this will be 225. So this total together 225 minus, because this is a net area minus 1, 2, 3, 3.5. 3.5 number of bolt holes into 26 into 8. Correct? This is with respect to along this path. Now we have to consider this path vertical. So this distance is 53.6 from steel table. I told you we get this. Then here 53.6 minus half of 26 into 8. What you can see here. So this is the 53.6 minus half of this dia. So 26 by 2 into 8. So we get this 18000. You have to note down. Then 324.8 mm square. Okay, so these are the required data you have to note down. Then you have to substitute back into formula. As I told you, you have to refer again clauses. Okay, so we will get TDB1 and TDB2. You have to refer again IS 800 for that. So we get TDB1 is equal to 332.06 kilonewton into 2 for again double angle. We get this as 664.13 kilonewton, which is again more than, sorry, I will not write this. First of all, we will note down, and we get this as 280.15 into 2 TDB2. We get 560.31 kilonewton, and you have to choose list of these two. So list of these two is TDB. The list of these two will be TDB, that is 560.31 kilonewton, which is more than 223.5 kilonewton. So it is again hence safe to carry all the modes of tensile failure, that is yielding, fracture as well as block shear. So this is end of design of main tie. Okay, so this is end of design of main tie. So the further part we will discuss in the next session, that is the design of next member, that is the design of the inclined member or the sling member. Okay, and regarding this, that is for design of principal rafter or main tie, if you get any queries, you can contact me or you can write it in the comment box. Okay, thank you very much.